Hello and welcome to Train Simulator 2014. We're going to be playing the scenario there and back again. Oh, but it's stopped working. Right, welcome back to... oh. Something's wrong. Okay then. We're back again. I think it must have been some sort of error with loading the game with fraps at the same time. Right, so let's get started then. I'm going to be doing drive. Career just monitors your progress, I think. Yes, career. And this is the scenario we want, there and back again. Notice how it's a career scenario. That's the kind of standard. Now they want everything to be career, because as you drive more and more you'll get more experience points. As you can see, I haven't actually done anything. But yeah, so you'll be able to monitor your progress here. Right, so let's get started. You can see that as I hover over these, you get these nice little tips, just telling you everything that you can, what the thing is, be emphasising how they want to make it as user-friendly as possible, which is why they've got this new menu system. Yes, they want to bring in more people into the hobby of train simulation. I noticed that this loading screen is exactly the same as it was before the update. This is the 2013 loading screen. They've got a different slideshow behind it, but they changed that with the 2013 one anyway. That's interesting. I do like the music though. Wow, that took a while. Okay. Oh, the music's still playing. Ah, it's fading out. That's a nice touch. Okay, we can see that this font here is different. I kind of like that, really. Right, so let's get set up. So, put the train into forward. There we go. Headlights. We'll just put them like that for the moment. It's a nice bright day. We've got the pantograph up and we're heading towards Stratford International, so that's good. Right, so let's open the doors. Ah, people have changed. Ooh. Yes, I think they said on their forum that they were going to change the people. Yeah, they now changed their clothes and stuff, and I think I read that they wear clothes appropriate to the season, or if it's raining or whatever, they'll have umbrellas or raincoats or something. I don't know, I haven't played around with this yet. Though they still walk pretty weirdly. And nice feet. Yeah, she walks a bit better. Her upper body manages to not move at all, but I guess it's a start. Oh yes, I'm gonna cancel that alarm. Yes, that's one of the things I don't really like about this train, is there's no way of turning that off. So if you're gonna go and look outside, every so often your train will just stop. Yeah, because you need to respond to that. After 5 minutes of having not done anything, that alarm will go off, and if you don't respond, it'll activate the brakes. And there's no way of telling that it's going off if you're looking at any view apart from the cab view. So, I guess with this train, they really, well, I guess they put a lot of work into the signalling equipment and this. Oh, I got a timeliness bonus of 200 points. let's get going. So far I haven't noticed any graphical improvements with this. Everything looks kind of the same. The train does... It looks and feels exactly as the same as it did in 2013. Although I think the game's using a new physics engine by Intel. So that's probably going to change a few things. Oh, speed limit, speed limit. Oh, got a warning for speeding. -14. There we go. Hey, I'm still getting points off. I'm under the limit. I was under the limit and I still got points off. 65 now. Yeah, I wonder if that was just a one-off, because I was definitely still under the speed limit of 50, because before you could get all the way to like 50.9 in that case before you were actually speeding, I think. Or maybe it was 50.1, I don't know. But yeah, didn't think it was that easy to get a ticket. Well, no, it's not a ticket, but, you know, a penalty. But of course, you've got to remember that everything that you do here is going to go to your experience points and stuff, so, you know, if you go in speed here, then it's going to go on your permanent record. And if you're intending on playing this well, as I'm sure most of you will, you're going to really want to stick to the rules. And of course you can play a standard scenario or the quick drive, and that doesn't do anything to your experience points. But yeah. Right, approaching 100 miles per hour. You can see here that we've got the speed limit of 225 kilometers per hour. And that's our current speed in kilometers per hour. This only shows in miles per hour. I think on the older routes, in like some of the older German routes, not sure about this, but on the original rail works, this changed to kilometers per hour for different trains and different routes, but I don't think they do that with this anymore, or at least I haven't seen anything. Gotta remember to cancel that. Yeah, because that will screw you over, and also with all of the penalties for like braking too suddenly and stuff, you're gonna lose some points if you let it go into emergency, and also you're going to lose time for it as well. Yeah, the speed limit flashing there means that at the next signal it's going to be less than what it is now. Yeah, they do quite a nice tutorial explaining that to you, which I expect is still here, because they've updated the London to Faversham route, and they've updated all of the scenarios to the new career system. And I expect that they still have that tutorial thing in there, using like their new cinematic cameras and stuff that they want to show off. Right, we've got Stratford International. What was that? Oh, I thought it was like a train yard or something. No, just some containers. How do they get them up that high? Oh, great. emergency brake setting, yes, I'm getting points off for it. Release, there we go. At least with this train you can do that. With every other train I've seen with this, you cannot release the emergency brakes until you've stopped. I don't know if this is the case in real life with this train, but with most other trains you can usually, if it's like a passenger alarm, you can stop the brakes from applying for a short amount of time, like if you're in a tunnel or something where it wouldn't be safe to stop the train. But you can, if the emergency brakes go on like that for the vigilance device or the AWS, I think you can release it at like under 5 miles per hour or something like that. But that's not simulated here, which is kind of annoying, but at least they've done something with the class 395 that I'm driving at the moment. Looks like the speed's going to slow down. Nope. Yeah, so that means that there's a train further up the line which is travelling about the same speed as me, so I'm entering a section just as they're leaving the next section, so it's going to tell me that it's... So it's probably going to tell me, ooh, got an achievement. High speed 1. Yeah, so they've got new achievements and stuff for this, and I've kind of forgotten what I was talking about. Oh yes, there'll be a train up ahead which is leaving the track section just as I'm entering, which is why you see it start flashing on and off and not changing the speed limit. But yeah, so these aren't physical speed limits, it's the actual speed limit doesn't change, it's just... now I do have to slow down. The system's telling me to slow down because there's a red signal coming up soon, and because I'm travelling so fast, it would be ridiculously hard for the driver to see a red signal or a yellow signal or a green signal. Yeah, which is why they've got the system, which is the same as the one used by the French with the high-speed TGVs and on the Eurostar network as well. Yeah, every so often you'll get into sections like this where you've caught up just enough to the train ahead of you that the speed limit keeps going from 225 to 200 and it keeps going forward and back and forward and back. So you can kind of see that it's doing this, so just kind of hover in the 200 kilometers per hour zone. Start the cab light on. Ooh, 170. And this train has a system that if it knows that by the time that you get to the next signal, you're not going to be going slow enough to be able to stop, so it'll apply the brakes automatically. That gets kind of annoying at times because I think it's a bit over-responsive, because every so often I personally know that I'm going to be able to stop in time, or I know that the signal ahead isn't going to be stopping me, but it's still applying the brakes. And I've had ones for like a speed limit of 170 and I'm travelling at 180 and it'll still apply the brakes. So that's kind of annoying, but I've never actually driven a Class 395 before, so I don't know how realistic that is. not far away from Stratford International now. Only 4 and a bit miles, just over 4.5 miles. You can see that this flag coming up on the left, that's to indicate, if you look, yeah, that meep and the change of the speed limit, that's the, I don't know what it's called, but that's like the post for the, I think it's the TMV signalling, I think they call it. But yeah, so it'll update that when you pass the post. That's yeah, that's basically a signal, and you'll get updates in between the signals as well. So if a signal suddenly goes to red, but the previous one was still green, it'll still be able to update you, and it'll be able to slow you down and down. Yes, that's what I was talking about. It thinks that I'm going too fast. Yeah, I'm going... Oh, and again. Just keeps applying the brakes. There we go. See, I was only at like 165 or something when it applied the brakes that last time. Yeah, so I think it's a bit oversensitive. But yeah. This slope coming up here. That's the approach to Stratford International. This signal here keeps getting me to slow down ridiculously and then speed up again. Yeah, because there's usually a train in the platform that I'm going to about now. That was an interesting jump. That's got to be an error. Unless it was like simulating some sort of animal which had run onto the line. It would be... Oh, yeah, the next signal... Oh, stop applying the brakes. Yeah, the next signal is red. That's what these 3 red zeros mean. So I've got to stop before that. But I mean, I know that I'm going to be able to stop in time for this. I mean, I don't even have to brake for a while to pull in here, and yet it's still trying to stop me. Yeah, so it kind of takes over your judgment as a driver, a bit similar to the ATP system which they were going to introduce across the whole network, but it's just on First Great Western high-speed trains. I think might also be on their smaller trains like the class 166 and 165 and stuff. I think they've also got the ATP system. But yeah, they won't even allow a train into service without the ATP working properly. Right, just pull in now. Yeah, the station's done very nicely, and also it was one of the first routes, or maybe even the first route, to use some nice background sounds, which you'll be able to hear when we have stopped. Yeah, you can tell that you're in London. You can hear the bustle of people moving around and the police cars. Right, let's stop at the end of the platform. That's where the 12-car marker is. Yeah, that'll do. And open the doors. Yeah, I don't really like how people get out and then the doors open. Yeah, that's not too realistic. Well, I presume that's not my train. Yeah, that would be a very odd time to stop. But yeah, I don't think they've really simulated the role of the conductor too well here, because if you're running a bit late, then the conductor's going to not have the train sit there for too long. He's going to close the doors on time. But this one, if you turn up just kind of when you need to leave, the doors are still going to stay open for the same amount of time. Yeah, so that's not so great. I think it would be also nice to actually be able to play as the conductor. Maybe similar to the World of Subways game, like London Underground, the 3rd edition. So you can actually walk around the train and stuff, and you actually go and check tickets and throw people off the train who don't have one. Oh, got another bonus. Right, let's continue. Ah, that says I'm terminating at St. Pancras International. Looks like I didn't set up the system right. Yeah, it would be nice if we could set the system up. I think that's there. Yeah, but that's set by the scenario. That's another thing that World of Subways does nicely. You actually have to set the train up yourself. With this one, you just put it in forward and basically just get on with it. And because it is supposed to be a train simulator, and it's only really a simulator when you're actually simulating everything about it. And yeah, with the new user interface, it kind of feels like they're trying to dumb stuff down a little. I mean, it's not like that's a bad thing, but of course they should bring in new users and stuff, but they should also be improving the gameplay. And I just haven't really seen that with this update, or with the previous update. It's just, they've added this nice user interface, everything's nice and clear and stuff, but I mean, I can't actually go and troubleshoot problems on the computer or whatever, or actually walk around and flick all the switches, turn everything on. You know, it would be nice if we could do that. I think that's something that they should definitely work on for the next release. I think that would definitely make this game one of the best train simulators ever. But yeah, apart from that, I think this is, well, it's like graphics, it's much better than Microsoft Train Simulator or trains. Like the physics in that, you can stop a train weighing several tons in a few meters. It's just the physics with trains it's not that great, but the the world creation tools in that I really loved. I mean, I could do lots and stuff, having never touched it before. Excuse me. But with this, it just doesn't really seem very... I mean, like, they're going to all this effort to make it really easy to go and edit everything and... to access everything. But when you go and try and create a route or a scenario, it's just... I mean, the scenarios... the interface is exactly the same. It's got the same skins as the original game did, back when it was called Railworks, and it was managed by EA and stuff, and it just... I think they really need to improve their creation tools as well as the key driving tools, you know, that would really make this game stand out from the rest. Yeah, also the downloadable content, the DLCs, they're great. It's just they don't put enough effort into their sounds. The models are superb, but it's just the sounds. Every time they release a new piece of rolling stock, you have to wait for Armstrong Powerhouse or someone else to release a sound pack for it, just to make it bearable and realistic, you know, because it is a simulator and you want everything to be realistic. So that's not too great. We're coming into St. Pancras International. Oh wait a second. Oh, sorry, Stratford International was the last stop, not St. Pancras. Right, oh. Be quiet, everything. I know, I've got to get down to 40. With you meeping, it's not going to make much of a difference. Yeah, I think it's a little odd, because all of the signposting here is done in miles per hour. But if you were a driver, you'd only have this kilometers per hour thing, and until you can... Well, I don't really know, but at least with this, until you've changed to the DC power, you can't tell what speed you're going at in miles per hour. You've only got the kilometers per hour, when everything here is in miles per hour. I think that's a little odd, but you know, we've got the thing here, so I guess that's fine. But if you wanted to play just with the controls here and stuff, then that would be a little hard, because you just kind of got to estimate your speed. And yeah, the signalling system, 25 miles per hour. Not really paying too much attention here. I should be, because I'm coming into a terminus, and bad things happen when you go over the speed limit into a terminus, because you can't stop. Wow, minus 128 for speeding. Because this is the first time I've actually played this, I don't really know how that's going to affect your points. I don't know if this number here is how many points you're going to get for added onto your XP points full stop. I don't know if any other things come into it, because this is the first time I've actually played this. Right, let's start slowing down. Yeah, I notice how all of the people here, they don't go to exit the station at the exit. They walk all the way to the end of the platform and just kind of walk off the edge and onto the railway, and I'm not going to be able to stop. You can meep at me. What? You've passed a signal at danger, game over. Well, first of all, the signal's at the end of the line, so I can't really pass it. Why should the game finish? Yeah, so that's not simulator-like. You scored 0. Okay. That's just... What? I mean, I should get, like... I should be able to radio to the signalers and say, oh, I've crashed into the buffer or whatever. Not game over. It's just... Yeah. They need to improve the simulation side. They've made it a bit too much like a game, I think. But yes, anyway, that was Train Simulator 2014, there and back again. Looks like I can't see any rankings. Ah, well done Rail Geek and all of these other people who have got full points. Yeah. This is another thing which I don't quite like. No exit button. Gotta go back to the main menu. Now I can quit. I mean, like, if I'm in any other menu, I think, the quit game goes. So you've got to navigate all the way back to main menu to quit. That's a bit of a hassle, but yeah, it's alright. Yeah, so that was Train Simulator 2014. I hope you guys enjoyed my ranting for however long that took, and see you later.